Oldsmobile Toronado First Generation, 1966 to 1970. The Toronado began as a design painting by Oldsmobile stylist David North in 1962. His flame red car was a compact sports, personal car never intended for production. A few weeks after the design was finished, however, Oldsmobile division was informed it would be permitted to build a personal car in the Riviera, Thunderbird class for the 1966 model year, and North's design was selected. For production economy, the still unnamed car was to share the so-called E-body shell with a redesigned 1966 Buick Riviera, then entering its second generation, which was substantially larger than North had envisioned. Despite the efforts of Oldsmobile and General Motors styling chief Bill Mitchell to put the car on the smaller A-body intermediate, they were overruled for cost reasons. Oldsmobile had been working on front-wheel drive since 1958, a project shepherded by engineer John Belts, who originated the 442 and would later become head of the division. Although initially envisioned for the smaller F85 line, its cost and experimental nature pushed the program towards a larger, more expensive car. Engineer F. J. Hooven of the Ford Motor Company had patented a similar FWD layout, and Ford considered the design for the 1961 Ford Thunderbird. However, the capability to develop and engineer it on such short notice was doubtful. In 1956, Oldsmobile had also introduced a personal two-door concept car called the Oldsmobile Golden Rocket that didn't progress into production. The unusual Toronado powertrain called the Unitized Power Package, UPP, developed by Oldsmobile, stuffed a rocket V8 and transmission into an engine bay no larger than one for a conventional rear-wheel drive car. During its 7-year development, UPP components were driven over 1.5 million test miles to verify their strength and reliability. They proved so well built the UPP was employed basically unchanged in the 1970s GMC motorhome. At its debut, the Toronado featured such GM innovations as heavy-duty turbo-hydromatic 403-speed automatic transmission, named THM425 and FWD form. Rochester Quadrajet 4-barrel carburetor. Spherical-shaped exhaust manifold flange gaskets, which provided freedom of movement in the exhaust system and prevented leaks. Draft-free ventilation system, which reduced wind noise considerably by eliminating conventional front door triangular window vents. Firestone designed an 8.85 inches by 15 inches tire especially for the Toronado called the TFD, Toronado Front Drive, tire. It had a stiffer sidewall than normal, and the tread and stylishly thin white pinstripe were also unique. Oldsmobile engineers selected a conventional, though performance-boosted, Olds 425 cubic inches, 7 liters, Super Rocket V8 rated at 385 horsepower, 287 kilowatts, and 475 pounds-feet, 644 Nm, of torque. It was an increase of 10 horsepower, 7.5 kilowatts, over the Starfire 425, and an increase of 20 horsepower, 15 kilowatts, over the standard 425 engine in the 98. The Toronado intake manifold's unique shape was depressed to allow for engine hood clearance. The turbo-hydromatic heavy-duty 3-speed automatic transmission became available during development of the Toronado. Called the TH425 in FWD form, the transmission's torque converter was separated from its planetary gear set, with the torque converter driving the gear set through a 2N, 51 mm, wide silent chain drive called HIVO, riding on two 7.5N, 19 cm, sprockets. The HIVO chain drive was developed by GM's Hydromatic division and Morse chain division of Borg-Warner. The chains were made from very strong hardened steel and required no tensioners or idler pulleys because they were pre-stretched on a special machine at the factory. Although the rotational direction of the transmission gears had to be reversed, a large number of components were shared with the conventional TH400. Use of the automatic also eliminated the need to devise a workable manual shift linkage.
No manual transmission was ever contemplated because performance was adequate with the automatic transmission and because virtually all U.S. built luxury cars during this period came with automatic transmissions as standard equipment. The car 0 to 60 miles per hour, 0 to 97 kilometers per hour, time was clocked at 9.5 seconds.